Hi, listeners. This is Monisha Mitra, your life transformation coach, and welcome to another episode of Life Unlocked. Today, I'm going to talk about learnings and transformation and growth and topics within that zone. So, they always say that life has a funny way of teaching us lessons, but I don't know if I would call them lessons or learning curves. But it doesn't matter how you look at it, you can emerge from it either beaten or choose to emerge from it with a smile. Now, the one thing that I always hear about myself and is that I've always smiled no matter what life threw at me. And life has thrown a lot of rotten eggs at me. And I think that has been the one key element that has kept me sane and on track every time is my ability to, come through things with a smile. No matter what I'm going through, I've always chosen to not let it get me down. So a recent event or a recent thing that happened to me is testament of this fact. During a routine MRI for a severe backache, I suffer from sciatica. I was asked to do an MRI, and it was a routine MRI to just check this condition of my spine. The doctor found a tumor. Luckily, it was benign on my C2 nerve, and it was pretty much attached to my spine. Now, if I say that I wasn't freaked out or scared, I would be lying. But the truth is, I was terrified of what might happen, what could happen, what I needed to do, what should be done. My biggest fear was telling my family because, it is scary because we can go through a lot of things, but when our families sort of suffer because of it, it puts a bigger spin on things. So an epic tale, from the time it was found to the final decision to go in for the surgery. I'll cut that tale short. I made it through the surgery because I also had a brilliant spine and neurosurgeon. And do you know what is amazing about him? Is that when I met him the first time, he was smiling. And he didn't seem worried or scared. And he didn't say anything to scare me or to worry me and, go, like doctors tend to do. Like, whenever, even if you go with a cold, they get this expression on their faces, which makes you feel like you're dying. But that didn't happen. He actually gave me hope and strength and said, listen, it's you'll be fine. And I sort of took his number and I tortured him with messages like, are you going to shave my head? Like, have you stapled my head? Do you know what happens to paper when you try to take out a staple pin? And will that happen to my skull? And why have I got this tingling feeling, and why do I not have sensation? And I literally, my husband actually turned around and said that the doctor will never ever give his number to any patient ever again because of what you have done to him. But he's God's good man, and he saw me through my surgery and the post-surgery, and even today when I am uncomfortable or I'm in pain or there is some discomfort, and I message him and say, is this normal? Because it's been 3 months since the surgery, but I still struggle. He responds. So, he's a wonderful guy. So on the other side of my surgery, with a shaved back of the head, I called myself a Korean ghost, because when I saw the picture that was taken of the back of my head, I actually looked like something from one of those The Ring type movies. Through the ordeal and the recovery, I learned one of key life's lessons. Absolutely the most important lesson I think I could have learned in my life is that no matter how busy you think you are, no matter how important that meeting is, or the minutes are, or that job list, or that target, it doesn't matter. Your health must always come first. I finally understood the meaning of jaan hai to jahan hai, because unwell and sick, I was actually no use to anyone, and I was struggling. Okay, I was unable to do the simplest task of walking, of sitting on a chair, because I never realized this, but even to sit on a pot, okay, you need your neck muscles. So I would have to throw myself down, literally. I'm still recovering. 3 months later, I have a constant pain in my neck and my shoulders, and I'm undergoing physio, and I'm working on making a comeback stronger than before, because I actually made the choice of prioritizing my health. Now, my health does not mean only my physical health. My health also means my emotional well-being, my mental well-being. Because here's the thing, even when I'm in pain, and I do get a lot of pain, if I'm sitting for very long, if I'm standing for too long, I get pain. Now I can go on, like I know some people who can go like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. Oh, it's hurting, it's hurting, it's hurting. Basically, what you're doing with this constant moaning and groaning, what I call, is creating a negative reality for yourself and exacerbating whatever condition you have. And here's the thing, and pay attention to this. Energy flows where focus goes. So if I focus on the pain that I am feeling, I am actually going to send all the energy that I have on the pain, which is a negative feeling or a negative emotion or whatever you're going through at that point of time. But if you focus on what is positive, okay, so through my aches and pains and through my recovery period of 2 months and 3 months, when I'm unable to move, and I couldn't move my head and I couldn't move my neck, and I had to actually just move my eyeballs, the one thing that kept me going was my pets. I have 2 dogs, 2 cats, and their antics, and watching them and observing them and spending time with them, having my mother and my daughter look after me, take care of my littlest needs. It gave me a positive reinforcement of saying that, through the bad, something good has come, which is I'm able to spend more time with my family. So the choice that I made was to focus on enjoying my time with my family, rather than focusing on the pain, which was the reason behind me spending time with my family. I don't know if you understood that. But it was a choice I was making. I choose to get better. I choose to stay positive. Okay? Of course, there are moments of doubt. I'm not perfect. There are moments of doubt. There are moments of question. And it's okay to have those moments, because we're only human. I'm not stone. So I have feelings. I have emotions. I have my down days and my up days. But those moments are only moments. Every time I have a negative thought, okay, every time I feel like something is not working out, or I feel like, I have an argument with somebody, I choose to see and look at the positive spin on things, okay, which is how I smile through things, which is what I started my podcast with, if you remember. So I began my podcast with how life teaches us lessons, or life takes you on learning curves. Now, these learning curves can actually transform our lives. It's how we choose to look at it. Now, I have a friend of mine who's undergoing therapy, and her therapist told her that, it's the choice you're making, it's the choice you're making. But there is more to the choice you're making than just the choice you're making. We have to understand that we are also driven by our circumstances. And the choices we make are therefore not in isolation. In order to do that, we have to understand ourselves. As a life transformation coach, I have embarked on this journey long ago of discovering who I was and what I am, what I stand for, what my true beliefs are, what my core values are. And that is what I have translated into my life, which is why I try to live an as authentic a life as I possibly can, because I have to be true to myself. So if you want to make these kind of changes, which are positive, which help you grow as an individual, make you more resilient, make you more strong, and if you are interested in bringing that kind of change into your life, then you can always reach out to me at monisha@monishamitra.com. You can write to me. You can even visit my website, which is monishamitra.com, and write to me. And let's see, perhaps we can work together and bring about a positive change in your life. So till the next episode, take care, be cool, and smile, because it improves your face value.